Every year, we try to remember Maguindanao Massacre through events and speeches like this, to remind the public of the horror that happened, that we are still here, fighting for justice. As we look back after 5 long years, we have to ask, will justice ever be served? On that day of November 23, 2009, 58 innocent lives, 32 of them media workers, including my father, photojournalist Rinaldo Bebot Momay, were brutally murdered without conscience. It was a blood feast, a demonic act far beyond imagination. Such a horrendous crime acknowledged as the worst incident of electoral violence in recent Philippine history and the deadliest attack on press ever. And yet, 5 long years after, none of the 197 accused, including main suspects, Andal Sr. and Andal Jr., who believed to have led the gunmen who committed the slaughter, and Zaldi, at the time, the governor of Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, has yet been convicted. To this day, 89 of the accused remain at large. The evidences were obvious. The blood, the flesh, the broken bones can almost speak for themselves. Yet it seems that no one of the charged has ever been given the punishment they deserve. Since the beginning of the court case, at least 3 potentially vital witnesses have been murdered. Victims' families and other witnesses have been constantly subjected to threats or bribe offers. Lately, there have been spats between private and government prosecutors over the handling of the case, including the allegations of bribery against the state lawyers, prompting Department of Justice Secretary Leila de Lima to announce that she is personally taking over the supervision of prosecuting the suspects. And lately, in what could be the most serious setback, 41 accused police officers, whose vow is to protect and serve with honor and dignity, who were manning the checkpoint at which the victims' convoy was flagged down that fateful day, were granted bail. Although none of them has been able to meet the 200,000 pesos bond required for each 58 counts of murder, or a total of 11.6 million each. The grant of bail means that the court believes that the evidence against them is not strong. Meanwhile, journalists were banned by the Philippine National Police and the Bureau of Jail and Management and Penology from covering the hearings of the case without any explanation or justification, despite the absence of any ban from the courts. And the murderers were in prison, including the masterminds of this mass murder. How do you think they live? There are reports that they enjoy special privileges and undeserved comfort in the detention. How unfair. Unfortunately, most of the victims are just those who live by the daily grind, and the murderers are the powerful, influential, and wickedly rich. And so, there seems to be impunity. And the victim's family. It is a struggle every day. Though it has been years since it happened, the homes are never the same. The pain from the wounds that have yet to heal, perhaps for others, they never will. And it will continue to linger. The anguish, the anxiety, worsened by the snail's pace of justice, skewed towards the rich and powerful, and the constant threat and pressures. In 2016, there will be another national election. The case is vulnerable for sensation and publicity. Will the case become just another prop for candidates and publicity? Or one more spectacle in a roadshow of lies and deceit? Again we ask, will justice ever be served? 5 years after, we look back, we remember the backhoe, the bloodbath, the 58 lives, mass murder, impunity. Yes, impunity. For the shock of massacre has done nothing to end the murder of journalists. Again, I call for President Aquino, who campaigned on a promise of justice and good governance, who in fact personally pledged to the massacre's victims' family that we could expect the speedy dispensation of justice for our loved ones. Hopefully, in the days to come, we can look back and sigh, justice. Were the victims richer and the murderers poorer? Will it take this long to punish the guilty? Will justice ever be served? Thank you.